Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Again, thank you all so much for coming over, man. People, it's just, I'm trying to hold my composure here because people are just ruthless, man. Just dirty. I'll be saying people need to be thrown under the jail. 3 thieves charged with looting $200K from evacuated Los Angeles home, DA says. I really hope they get the book thrown at them. Because, man, for you really got to understand, with all of this going on, and in your mind, you're saying, let me go in these homes and take things. That's where your brain is at. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
NBC4 News starts with breaking news.
Good afternoon. It's just after 2 p.m. and we are coming on the air as LA District Attorney Nathan Hochman announces charges against a group of people for looting as wildfires continue to burn in Southern California. Let's listen in.
Crazy, man.
Okay. All right, we'll start right now. So, as we've said before, with the firefighters literally putting their lives on the line to save people's lives, their homes and their properties and their businesses, with law enforcement working 24 hours to keep us safe and secure during these tragic times, with over 200,000 Angelenos cooperating with evacuation orders in order to make sure that they get out of harm's way, but allow firefighters and first responders and law enforcement to do their business. There have been certain people that we have given a warning to because we anticipated that this was going to happen. And these are the criminals. These are the people who are seeking to exploit this tragedy for their own benefit. These are people who have engaged in looting, arson. We've also investigated price gouging. We'll be investigating internet scams.
I heard about that too. The people with the rent and up. I'm just saying, man. I don't know how we move forward in a world when you still got all these evil people, man. People don't understand that we are the key to making this world a better place. But it's just too many. It's almost like the bad is starting to outweigh the good. I mean, really think about that, y'all.
The like. Today we're here to announce that the promise that we made when we started this, that these criminals would be arrested, they would be prosecuted, and they will be maximally punished, is a promise we are keeping. As we announced today, the charges being filed on 10 different individuals, 9 of them for looting in both the Palisades and the Eden fires, and 1 for arson. And arson, by the way, not connected with the origination of the major fires, but an arson that occurred in Azusa. These felony charges are the result of a multi-agency collaboration that has been nothing short of incredibly impressive to be able to bring these charges this quickly. This collaboration includes the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles County Fire Arson Unit, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the ATF, the Los Angeles City Attorney's Office, and all our related cities that you'll hear about that have done incredible work under enormously stressful times in order to bring these culprits to justice. I'll go through the various charges that have been filed to date. The first set of charges are against 3 individuals. Martrell Peoples, Damari Bell, and Travin Coleman. What two of these individuals did is on the night of both January 8th and the early morning hours of January 9th, they went ahead and committed first-degree residential burglary and looting during an emergency and evacuation situation in a house in Mandeville Canyon. They have been charged with first-degree residential burglary. They've been charged with looting. They've been charged with grand theft. They stole over $200,000, as been alleged by the charging documents. And by the way, with respect to the charges I'm going to announce, please know this. The charges themselves are not evidence. Everyone that I'm going to describe today is presumed guilty until and unless they are proven their guilt is proven by the government beyond a reasonable doubt.
Wait, hold on.
I'm sorry?
Presumed innocent.
Excuse me. Presumed innocent. Thank you for the change. Presumed innocent until and unless their guilt is proven beyond a reasonable doubt. So back with Mr. Peoples and Mr. Bell. They went ahead and committed these crimes, and when they committed these crimes, as you're going to see on this TV screen right here to my left, it was caught on a Ring camera. If you can play that as we're speaking.
Look at that, man.
And the LAPD, through, again, such impressive investigation, worked with various leads and tracked Mr. Peoples and Mr. Bell to an apartment in Koreatown. Surveillance was then conducted. When they attempted to leave, they were then apprehended, and a number of these stolen items from that residence was found with Mr. Peoples and Mr. Bell. Mr. Peoples is is committed 2 prior violent or serious felonies. This is his third. As a potential 3-strike person, he is looking at life in prison.
No hope. I mean, just really think about what he said. 3 strikes. Like I'm pretty sure people were warning you, telling you not to do these type of things before you even got your first strike. 3 strike, life in prison. Not an ounce of me feel bad for these people, man. Not an ounce. Because there's so much more in the world you could be doing. You know? And that's why I'll be saying, like, I don't know why they be letting people out of jail. 3 strikes. Like, And I already know people going to be like, that's messed up. Life in prison for the... Yeah. Imagine if it's you. This is godly, man. People really be throwing their lives away. So much more you can be doing.
Violent or serious felonies. This is his third. As a potential 3-strike person, he is looking at life in prison.
Hey.
And Mr. Bell, as a 2nd strike individual, will be looking at 22 years and 8 months in prison if convicted. Mr. Coleman accompanied Mr. Bell and Mr. Peoples out of that apartment building in Koreatown, went into a 2nd car. And when Mr. Peoples and Mr. Bell were stopped, that 2nd car, driven by Mr. Coleman, kept going. It went through a light. It crashed into another vehicle. That innocent person in the other vehicle suffered a concussion. So Mr. Coleman has been charged with 1-count felony hit and run causing great bodily injury. As also a potential 3rd strike case, he is looking at a maximum sentence of life in prison. The second case that we'll talk about involves Rudy Salazar and Lucia Hilrara Perez. They have been charged with 2 counts each of first-degree residential burglary in connection with an Altadena looting incident. On the night of, again, January 8th, they went ahead and entered two different houses in the Altadena area, stealing property in each of the houses, and they were apprehended by the police. And they are looking at 6 years maximum on each one of the residential burglary counts. The third set of charges is against Roy Sims, Ryan Sims, Naquan Dewey Reddix, and Pierre O'Bannon. They are each charged with one count of first-degree residential burglary in connection with their crimes, where they went into a house in Altadena in the early morning hours and stole a variety of different personal property from the owners of that house. If we can show some of that property and the burglary tools that were seized. No. We do not have that. Among the property that you'll see that was stolen in that particular incident was actually the Emmy Award of the resident who lived there. Oh. That was, the police worked incredibly quickly in that situation, stopped these individuals, and were able to apprehend them and recover most of the stolen property. The fourth incident is an arson incident in which Jose Gerardo Escobar has been charged. Do we have that ready? This is an incident that occurred in Azusa, where Mr. Escobar has been charged with 3 different arson charges. He is looking at 9 years in state prison. This is arson that occurred at...
See, like, why, man? Why do... I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry. You just gotta throw the whole book at these people, man. And he gonna do 9 years, get out of jail, and go do the same thing. It's almost a guarantee, man. Why are people getting out of jail? I'm saying you got two people who are on their third strike, which means they have got in trouble, got let out of jail, got in trouble, let out of jail, like, why? And so not an ounce of me feel bad for these people, man. Dude.
Pioneer Park in the city of Azusa. It was investigated by the Azusa Police Department, who acted very effectively and very efficiently in apprehending Mr. Escobar. Mr. Escobar, as well, has been, not only has been charged, but he is set for arraignment today. So again, with respect to all these charges, as I said before, these charges are not evidence, and they are presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But this shows the effectiveness of law enforcement. So when I said, and I have been saying over the past couple of days, the question is not if, but when you will be caught if you engage in these crimes. The 10 charges, or 10 different individuals that have been charged today, are evidence of that fact. And the warning shot remains. Do not go ahead and engage in looting, engage in internet scams, engage in price gouging. Do not violate evacuation orders. And do not commit any of these crimes in which people are trying to profit from the tragedy of the people who have suffered from these various fires.
Okay, so let me look at some of the comments here. Let's see what it says. Prison sentences should be doubled in all 50 states if looters steal from homes under mandatory evacuation order. Put them in jail, keep them in jail. Agreed. Agreed. Let me see. People have lost enough already. "22 years in prison and life in prison." Let's see. Yep. Anybody caught looting in a time of disaster should be punished for the fullest extent of the law. Okay, so a lot of people are agreeing, man. I'm just saying, like, just can't imagine, like, I don't care if you rich, I don't care what the situation is. I'm just saying, like, if your house is on fire or neighborhood and they just say, you know, evacuate, nobody come up here, and people actually come up, like, really think about that, y'all. People are coming to steal in an area where it's being evacuated because they're concerned about people's safety, and you're going there to steal. Like, I don't know what the lowest of the low is, but it's lower than that. It's just ridiculous, man. I said 2025 was going to be crazy, and it's turning out to be insane. I hope the charges stick. Hey, appreciate y'all coming over and watching, man. Peace out.